Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Indie Credible Podcast. This is episode 70. I'm one of your hosts, Xander Scully, and joined with me, it's Mr. Jeff. What's up, Jeff?
Shredder. I have a Krang shirt on. It's a classic one. Oh, yeah, man. How you doing, Xander? I know you were feeling a little under the weather. You feeling better?
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling better. And,
Nice.
this is something I was going to tell you before we were recording. You reminded me when you showed me the Crane shirt. But, I think it's funny. I think the listeners would find it funny. But when I was a kid, you know what I thought Crane was? Thought he was a nutsack. I didn't think he was a brain. The anatomy. I'm like, that's a nutsack. That's not a brain.
So was it the left or the right nutsack?
I don't know, man. I was just trying to make sense of it. But
Let's ask Roddy Piper over here.
Oh,
He says, it's the everlasting Piper for the next season.
So this episode's already starting out fun, talking about Crane nutsack.
Talking about nutsacks.
But
Come to Indie Credible for the nutsacks. Stay for the video games.
which is a good segue. I was trying to find a way to segue from this.
From nutsacks to Kyle's trials.
Yes, yes. So
Man.
we got some Kyle. We got a couple Kyle trial stuff to talk about.
Yeah, and I got a couple of Kyle's Trials updates too. Even one that I didn't tell you yet, Xander.
Oh.
But today's focus will be gaming and toys because I got a couple of each. From the toys perspective, I found a box that Kyle had of Slug zombies.
Oh.
So this is like somebody made a tribute to Muscle back in the day, like maybe in it says 2012, so 14 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And it says SLUG, so it's like Muscle was, the whole acronym or whatever. And so these are like little scary, ugly guys.
Okay.
Scary little ugly guys. Look. And they're like zombies. This one looks like Bayou Billy, though, so that's probably why Kyle collected them. Glad.
Yeah.
So, I have all his Muscle figures, and I'm going to be displaying them all and hopefully eventually completing the set. I'm not sure if he even tried to track them down. Another thing that I thought was interesting is I have this, which is Scratch and Sniff Game Boy Advance stickers.
What?
So we get to smell what Donkey Kong's nutsack smells like. Maybe Mario's Fireball nutsack. It's all about nutsacks today, dude. Nuts. But yeah, Scratch and Sniff Zelda. What does Zelda smell like? I don't know because you can't smell through the plastic. Excite Bike smells like exhaust. I don't know.
Zelda would smell like pine sol and patchouli.
Yeah, so it says, smell the jungle fruit in Donkey Kong, cool winter air in Ice Climber, the cedar trees in Zelda.
Oh, I was almost there.
The burning rubber in Sci-Fi.
Oh, man.
And, as you know in Mario 1, the spaghetti in Mario Brothers. They didn't do spaghetti in Mario 1, paisans. It's a Super Mario Super shit. And then the last piece, which I thought was super freaking cool, was Kyle always has the Game Boy.
Oh, I have one of those as well, right over there.
And there's stuff in here, so I got to see. Oh, it's just a bunch of empty Game Boy shells in here.
It's fine.
Yeah, so have the giant Game Boy case. I'll probably put any loose Game Boy games of Kyle's in here and make it a cool thing. It's always cool to have the swag. I think this was like sitting in his closet.
Yeah.
Like on the floor or something just to show off. Like, because it's just a nice little accessory piece. He always had tons of accessories everywhere. And, the basement here is turning into a mini Retroseum.
Yeah.
And that's a segue into what I haven't told you. So, my wife had an idea, and we were going to create a Retroseum website with Kyle's items and collections, and I was going to write a blog on things. Yeah, and let's talk about the stories behind each item. But some of the stuff I'm going to be parting with, like some of the stuff I'm non-nostalgic for.
Right.
So instead of creating a Retroseum website, theretroseum.com, by the way, that is already registered, we're going to revamp HagensAlley.com, just the website. And there's going to be the book section there's going to be a Retroseum,
Mm.
and there's going to be a blog. And so we're going to post the incredible podcast episodes there. In the blog, we're going to post Retroseum, like Kyle's Trials style blog stuff of like really cool items that I'm going to be displaying around my own tribute to the Retroseum. And then there's going to be a Retroseum section that will have items from Kyle that we will be selling. And there will be stories about how they connect to Kyle in there that will lead into a future book that we're going to do.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
You know, because like even like when I would buy retro games back in the day, I would buy the games that had like price stickers on it or had like an old Blockbuster sticker. There's something about that. Like I know some people like when they collect, they want everything to look pristine, but there's something about the history of buying that game, and so that kind of resonates with me, like hearing buying the items that he had and knowing like a story behind it. I'm like, that's really cool because it feels more personal. It's not just some item.
Like on the website, we're probably not going to make it public or post about it, but anything we sell, a portion's going to go to a charity of Kyle's mom's choosing. So like, cause she does a bunch of charity work. And so anything we sell of Kyle's, we're going to also, put into charity as well. Just this.
Yeah.
Or cause that was something that like his mom will appreciate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's like, when I'm talking about stuff we're not nostalgic for, it's like, I have it already and it's a second copy at this point. Or it's something like a modern Transformer figures and stuff like that. Like stuff that I'm collecting the retro Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is some of that stuff, if it's like cheaper items, will probably go on eBay, which I'll have a link to on the Retroseum as well.
Mm-hmm.
But like this will be like the really ones that I connected with Kyle with that I can write stories about. But it's like space is a premium, man. Like I don't have infinite space here. But like there's crazy shit. Like I found every ECW DVD, every pay-per-view.
Oh my
God. ECW didn't release every pay-per-view, but RF Video did. And Kyle had them all, every single one. So I have like, I think it's over 80 ECW wrestling pay-per-views from the 90s.
That's
like
so cool.
All of them. I'm like, holy, I got ripped those because those don't exist online. Like they're not even in the WWE archives anymore because they went away because they got bought up by or they're on Netflix now or something.
Yep.
Like that's crazy shit. So like I need to rip them so I can have a digital copy too. And ECW ones I probably won't sell, but like I have XPW and MLW and those are indie hardcore wrestling. Like Kyle had all of them. So yeah, that's what happens when you're a single dude with a really good paying job. And a condo that's paid off and a car that's paid off. He's just buying retro shit. He has a whole Retroseum.
I mean, it's like why we like to start the show with his trials, because I never know what it's going to be. Like, 1 week it could be action figures, then it could be comics, toys, video games. Just random things appear out of nowhere, and then something
random old Mario keychain that I've never seen before, and this popped out of a box, and I'm like, here it is, Mario.
It's insane.
It's never ending, dude. It's never ending. It's the quote from Kyle's mom. There's always one more. So when we go to visit, when we're in town, she has one more thing always. Like a bag of things, and we're like, where did this come from? Like I got like a Michael Jordan like T-shirt and like crazy stuff. And I look online, and that T-shirt from Bulls, I think it was Bulls Pistons or one of the NBA Finals, is like $200. That shirt. And I'm like, jeez, what the hell, man? And he's just, Kyle had it.
Well, moving on to some gaming news that we definitely want to talk about. Because NES maker, the Bite Off theme has been revealed.
That's right.
What is that theme, Jeff?
So they revealed the theme on YouTube as a reveal, and somehow I happened to just be on my phone in the morning, and I caught when Joe Granado launched it. He did this crazy like epic battle with like fantasy and
dude,
his kids were in it, and they did it all with like green screen and like computer graphics.
It was really good.
It It was really dope. And so the theme is, it's not about the destination, but the journey. And so it's about the journey of the game. It doesn't matter where you get to. So you can kind of do what you want with a lot of the bite-off themes. It's kind of like generalist. I bet a lot of people are going to create fantasy games because it is a fantasy video that Joe Granado did. Just like when they did the last bite-off one, they did like a whole sleuthing thing with a bunch of detective work. And so people made detective games.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, thought of something else. So my idea was, and this is something my wife had an ongoing joke, and it's why we have a segment on this podcast, is there was something we always called Kyle's Trials. Every time we would go out to eat, it would be a trial for Kyle to get his leftovers back home. And so, like, there was a time we would go to a Mexican restaurant, we get out to the parking lot, and he'd drop it on the ground and go, oh. And then another time, like, he would just forget it on the table in the restaurant. And then another time, we get it all the way home, and he'd forget to put it in the fridge, and in the morning, it's sitting there because he got distracted by video games. And so that is the game that I want to make, is Kyle's Trials. And the thing was, so day one was the first, and that was on the weekend. And so I was working on Kyle's Pixel for the NES. That took me like 6 or 7 hours, Piper. 6 or 7 hours. You got it. And after that, I like hit you up. I was like walking the dog. I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna be able to, especially because you know my main job in the Army based on current climate. I'm not gonna have the time to create something respectable within the next month. I'm going to try. But like, so I was like, what if we did an indie credible Hagen's Alley, like community style game? So like we start creating stuff and then we let people vote. So listeners, you get to vote on what genre you want, what enemies you want in this game. And I'm going to reveal in the Patreon as well, and the Patreon's free to join, by the way. The Patreon, like what themes we're gonna go with. So like we'll go from like within the Mexican restaurant for Kyle with he's holding his freaking leg, and then we go into the parking lot, and then maybe construction area, and then it gets sidetracked to go through the woods, which we had an Arrowhead Woods thing. But you get to choose like what enemies you want us to create, and I'm gonna create the enemies. My daughter has already claimed the box art. Hell yeah. So she like London wants to do the box art, which I'm like, absolutely. So that'll be really cool. And maybe we do a limited box art with like a legend or something too, or maybe London's is a limited, depends, because she does really good art, by the way.
I was gonna say there's got to be like a Scrappy Doo Easter egg in there. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, yeah, have a little Scrappy Doo in there running around or something. But so the idea is, like, my original idea was an arcade single screen platformer, Donkey Kong style. Yeah. But it leads like Kyle's Trials with all the different, areas, leads it to be, we could do an exploration game. I could do, it could be a multi-screen single screen. So like every section is multiple segments and screens. We have hundreds of screens to mess with in Nestmaker, so it could be big. I think for like a demo purpose, I would do like something small for like bite off, but like if we're doing a community, there's no timeline. We'll publish it. It'll have a physical release, everyone. I know how to do design work and publish it and everything, so it'll have a release. And then we could do cool limited stuff, because I like do paintings and things. Like there's some crazy stuff we could do and make something that's never been done before with a limited perspective, and then have a really cool ass community game that everyone has buy-in into. That's kind of the idea. Obviously, Joe Granado, when he listens to this, he'll be hitting me up, hey, dude, you still got to participate. Like, he'll do that, but that's cool. We'll try. We will try, Joe.
It definitely sounds like this whole idea is like the bite off theme. It's
the journey.
It's about the journey.
And the thing is, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
So if we want to do it right, there's nothing that's holding a candle. And the thing is if I get something respectable, I'll just submit it. But I want to make sure it competes because I want, it to be a respectable representation of what we want the final product. Kind of like Athos, the Echoes of Elysium was a respectable representation of what he wanted to make for the final game. And then he like added tons of bells and whistles. And that is, fully funded on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And I think he might have sold out of the 100 copies he did for a limited too that I'm doing art for. So freaking cool, man. But yeah, like that's the idea though, is to make it more of a community thing. We'll talk about it at the end of the episodes going forward. Yeah. At the beginning. But yeah, I think that it'd be cool. Talking progress, and it'll be slow.
Yeah.
Let's have fun with it. Like, we don't need to be in a rush.
Indeed. And talking about rushes, what a rush this community game was this week. We went into the Eyes and we played Insanity's Blade. I keep on wanting to call it Insanity Blade, but it's Insanity's Blade.
Insanity's nuts.
To the nuts.
I went there. Yeah, man. So what did you think of it?
Man, it's like a Neo Geo freaking Castlevania style. It also made me think of Legendary Axe too.
Okay.
Really, really cool side scroller. I was really hooked. It is tough though. Oh my God. There's some cheap deaths in this game.
Dude. Well, the thing is that from a control perspective, I liked that it's more of a shoot 'em up than it is an action game because you're throwing your knives.
Yeah.
And like, it's not really like conducive for you to go and like beat the shit out of him with the standard weapon. What was the mace called? The cock knocker?
Yeah. The cock puncher. Yeah.
A cock puncher. And I got that, but then it didn't save it. So I could never like use it in the next level. I don't know why mine didn't save. Maybe I died at the wrong time. But like, I thought that was cool. And then, but the thing is there's certain enemies that block, but you can press button 1 and then like throw them.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. And
yeah,
if you press up or down, you can like break their backs and do crazy combos and shit, which you do a little risk versus reward because you can take some damage when you do that. But like some of the guys with their shields, they'll block you anyways.
Yeah. The fighting was really satisfying. I really like that part. The part that was pissing me off is some of the platforming though. Because it was just like, there were like missions that you'd go through where there were like spikes that would come down from the ceiling or whatever, and spikes on the bottom, and you like jump, and it, like once you touched like one of the spikes, you were like Mega Man, you would just like die instantly. Yeah, and I'm just like, oh man, and there was so many times. So I did turn the difficulty down a little bit because I was playing it normal and turned it down just a little bit. And
there was difficulty settings?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I did not know that. So how hard did you get?
I got to stage 5, and I was doing a mandatory like mission about finding some sort of like bell in a church or something like that. That's where I stopped.
Well, because I will tell you, I think stage 2 was pissing me off.
Yes.
In the first world area, the second stage was like a fucking marathon. I kept dying. I kept going back. And the thing is, there's infinite continues or whatever, so you can keep starting over, but I'm like, I kept, like, there was these hedges you had to, like, jump off of, and I kept falling and dying, and I would take the other one path, and it'd be like this whole little crazy maze, and it'd kick my ass. I go the other way, and there's spikes falling down, infinite of them, and they're hidden. Yeah. And then you have like a little pixel that you have to fall in, but enemies are fighting you. I kept getting killed. And then you get to the boss, and that boss is like a fucking bullet sponge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if there was like a secret, but I found a way to cheat, Xander.
Oh, what did you do?
Oh my God. So the first time I was playing was on the Legion Go. I was playing on my TV and doing the thing. I decided, I don't know if it was Sunday night or Saturday night, I was playing on my Steam Deck, and you can either install it or I can stream it from the PC here upstairs. And it's like, there's no lag. So I was streaming it onto my deck. So I was playing it, and I hit like a weird combo of things as I was trying to pause or something, and it activated player 2.
Oh, yeah, because it is 2-player co-op.
And so here's the cheat for everyone so you can beat this damn game when you get to the boss fights. As long as you can control player 2, you will continuously respawn when you die instead of restarting the stage.
Oh, wow.
Boom. There's the cheat. So I literally died 5 or 6 times on that damn boss in level 2, stage 2,
Yeah.
first section.
A hard stage.
And I finally beat him just because the second player was like invincible. Like he couldn't be killed. It was weird. I don't know why he wasn't dying like I was. And then like this eyeball thing was like doing this rotation and killing me, or then does a laser that follows you and it changes based on your positioning. And you have 2 spikes that you have to like watch out for. So I was learning the pattern, and I would have eventually got it had I not gotten frustrated a lot. But because I was able to cheat, I was able to beat it. And then that stage 3 unlocked, and I didn't play stage 3.
I was about to say that stage I spent hours on, and you know what I did? I grinded. I grinded like hell because you do level up in the game. And I was
What
like,
level were you at by the time you beat stage 2?
oh man, I was like level 10.
Oh, I was at 4.
Yeah.
So that was my problem. And I also didn't have enough money to buy the next upgrade. I was like, I had 8,000 and I need 10 to get to the next upgrade or something. So I was super low.
Which is weird because you get a lot of money in the game by like defeating bosses, but it's like they don't give you enough because by the time you go to the shop, if you don't have enough, like you can't.
It goes away.
Yeah, you can't go back to them. So yeah, that was kind of a bummer.
I think it wants you to repeat the earlier levels over and over again to earn the money. I wish I could put in a Game Genie code to give me some money real quick.
Yeah.
Because like we're playing this for a week, people. Like,
yeah.
So I mean, back in the day, if that was my only game for a rental, it would have been an A+.
Dude.
Amazing fucking game. And it's gory as shit. So when you're doing stuff, the satisfaction comes to they explode into pieces. There's fire everywhere.
Like
the end
does house.
It's like in the Odyssey too.
Yeah.
So like if spikes come down, it'll kill the damn enemy. So I like lure them in and stuff. And I was grinding on the level, but I wasn't earning any XP or money because I kept dying too much. So I'm not sure how you earned that much XP to get to level 10.
I played for hours. Like stage 2, I probably spent like 2 hours on stage 2.
That's where I did too, but I didn't make any progress. I must have sucked.
But I did have the cock puncher though. I did have that.
I did not.
And that really helps because it's like a mace. So instead of like just doing a stab motion and throwing the blades, you'd have to use a mace and the blades, and that caused a lot more damage.
And there's a lot more weapons too, so I'm assuming that. So like, yeah, yours. I went to hard mode apparently in medium because I'm just freaking dumb. But like, the thing is though, is cool as shit. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and definitely recommendation.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. So folks, that was Insanity's Blade. Now we're done with the I's and we're in with the J's. And what do we have this week, Jeff?
Well, this week I don't think we're gonna mess up like we did last week with picking a genre that neither of us were like, So this one's called The Joy Lancer: Legendary Motor Knight. The thing is that the reviews are mostly negative.
Oh no!
So I don't worry about that because if you look at it, it looks like a Game Boy Color game. And it looks really cool. It looks like it's an action platformer with some like beat 'em up mechanics and like bullet hell style. So I'd be interested to find out why it's got such a negative response, because there's a simple control scheme, cool ass art style, and it says it has ultra technical action. Developed by Alpha 6 Productions, published by Digerati, so we need to be aware about the physical, because I don't know if you heard about the history of Digerati. They're like, sus. This game was released in 2014, though, so it's 12 years old, so it's pretty new. 12 years? It's pretty new.
Yeah.
We're old people. Like we're finding new-ass games that are for old systems. So the game says it's still an early access game, though. And the last update was made 11 years ago.
Wow.
It's in my Steam library. It's a $10 game. It's been on sale for $1 at one point. The last time was February 1st. So a month ago, it was $1. So it does come on sale for everyone. For those of you that want to play with us, though, it is available as a Xander Scramble demo. It's separate from the main page, but there is a demo for it. And one of my friends owns this game. His name's Loren Lemke. He was the developer of Super Blood Hockey. So he also has this game. Let's see if Alpha 6 has done anything else. No. But yeah, the thing is, the game looks cool. I would be interesting to see, because we got to go at this as like a devil's advocate. Why is it bad?
Yeah.
And I don't want to read the reviews
No.
you, right? Because like I think a lot of the problems is that like the music is a little crazy and that they haven't updated it enough for them. That is the thing. So, I don't know. The game would cost me $1. I would avoid paying $10 until we review it, listeners. Just play the demo with us. Because the Steam rating's like a 42%. That's not good. But also, it seems like a lot of people are being critical. And we will let you know from our perspective.
Well, we had so much fun with Insanity's Blade. I mean, it wouldn't be fun if every game we play, we're like, this is the greatest game ever. Like, I kind of like the ones that we might have to be, careful stepping into. Like, how deep is the puddle,
Well, and us knowing that it's got some, concerns, we'll look at it with more of a critical eye. Like, we're going to be like, okay, so let's find out what people are bitching about. And we'll probably agree with some stuff. So if the music really is ear grabbing, well, but you can turn it off. So, I mean, like, always turn the sound down, man. So, that is always a key. And the thing is, if it's early access, the developers probably could have worked on it. But if y'all are being critical of him, like in the community for 10 years, they just don't have the motivation.
Yeah.
Like, so we'll hit him up and be like, hey, you need to finish this because it's fucking cool. Fix the music. We have a guy. His name's Xander. He does black metal. Make it a black metal.
Yeah, make it black.
like let's fix this shit the indie credible way. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just talking shit at this point, but let's join us for the Joy Lancer, and we will see how far the rabbit hole goes.
Speaking of motivation, Jeff, you've played some games this week. What have you been playing?
And this moves over to the freaking ridiculous. I played one game, and I started playing it the week prior, and I played more this week. The game is called MIO, Memories in Orbit. And my buddy, the Metroidvania guru, Luke, he said that this is the best Metroidvania he has ever played, better than Hollow Knight, better than all of them. As a Metroidvania, it is the best S-tier game he's ever played.
Wow.
So I was like, well, I at least got to freaking try it out.
Yeah. And
I have to agree that this game is a freaking masterpiece. Like, it is ridiculous. It's like artwork, as you could see in the B-roll. It's like a painting.
It's so like, beautiful.
It is like Picasso and Leonardo and all the Ninja Turtles. But like, it is literally amazing artwork. Now, best Metroidvania of all time, I did not get past what I had to in Hollow Knight, which is the ceiling. So Hollow Knight, the ceiling was, I would get freaking lost and not know where to go. The ceiling in this game isn't that. It's you hit a certain point in the game, and there was a lot of criticism that there was no map available until you died enough and donated to an entity like a robot, because you're all robots in this. And a robot. Then you get the map. I didn't have an issue with that because I knew about that, so I just donated.
Yeah,
whatever, and I just grinded a little bit and donated. So I had a map. It was fine. And every time you go to a save, it blows the map out a little bit, and you kind of carve out your path, and then you go back to a save point, and it shows you the area, and it shows you easily what you've missed. What the ceiling is, though, is this is a platforming Metroidvania.
Oh.
And so there's a lot of like mechanics with cool ass action, boss fights, and all the things that I like from a Metroidvania. There's exploration, there's different stuff. But the platforming part, man, it's like you got to do these attacks to a double jump to a whip that resets it to attack to a double jump to a whip through some spikes, doing all the things, and then you'll get hit and dart it over. And as I got further and further along to the next biome and the next biome, that became the norm. Like a cool little section that you can get through, and then there's more exploration with fighting and finding more cool shit. It was like there's these crazy ass things. Unless I went off on a crazy path and that's a one-off, it started to be like I was doing platforming section after platforming section after, and it grinded on me.
And so you almost had like the same feeling as I did with the climbing in Ghost of Yotei, where it was like this was cool, but it became kind of a normal thing and became more. Was it like kind of mundane a little bit, kind of dull?
Yeah, and it wasn't that it was dull per se. It was more so like it was doing this while I was still exploring and learning the area, so I'd have to do it multiple times because I'm getting lost.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, I gotta go back. I'm like, oh, we just reset the game and go back to a save point, so I have to redo the platforming all the way freaking back. Shit like that, and it's like. I don't want to have to do that in a game. Like it's amazing. It's definitely an S tier Metroidvania. I just need to get good at the platforming to the point where I can just like cruise through it all. But I'm not like that level for that sustained amount of time. Like I could do the platforming sections no problem, but then when it's back to back to back, and like I think one of them there was over like 24 like things jump. Dash thing, go through it, go around, figure out the pattern that you have to go through while you're in the air the whole time.
Yeah, it looks nuts. It looks nuts.
And it was insane. The boss fights were cool as shit. The lore is cool. The story is great. I mean, the graphics are outstanding. Like, it is one of the best out there. I'm not at that level of it's more intense than Celeste.
Oh wow,
man. It is.
Jeez.
At least Celeste, you got the pause. It's like going through Hollow Knight near the end when you're going through there's like this crazy platforming section at the end that's this one-off trial. That game turns into that. And so those that really enjoyed that part of Hollow Knight, going through the trials and shit, same thing with Silk Song. They'll love MIO. And I assume that is probably Luke's favorite part of the Metroidvanias is the traversing the biomes.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely a lot of exploration in this game too. And I mean, maybe he's just, because he plays so many, it probably is a lot easier for him too. Whereas I like to play all the genres. Like we do that here on this podcast. Like we play crazy shit here. And it's fun. And so... yeah, it's there, but I may not even go back to it until like later, and I get a hair at my ass. I'm like, oh, let me play some more MIO, and then I forget where I'm at. But there's a map, so I can kind of just go.
You have to get the muscle memory back with all the platforming rhythms, because that's what it's all about. It's like going into that rhythm, and I kind of had the same thing.
I was using this controller on my PC here, so
oh nice.
Now it was choppy, so I had to turn the graphics down to medium, and then I turned it down to 720p because my Legion Go was like going slow, and then it was still choppy until I closed out of the whole thing and restarted it, and then it was smooth as butter and it looked amazing still, even at 720. Those of you that have a really good PC, or if they release it on like Switch 2 or something.
Yeah, that's what I was looking. It is on current consoles. It was released on the 20th of January. So I don't know if it's physical, but you can get it digitally for sure.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'll want to replay it on a because like I'm pretty far in the progression.
Yeah,
it's just because what I like is when you go to like the shops and stuff, you can unlock more accessories and things to make you more powerful. So I didn't have a problem with like the action stuff. Was amazing. That was the thing. Like all the other aspects of the Metroidvania piece, the combat, the action, the exploration, everything else is like top tier amazing. It's just the little nitpicking of the platforming. It's just like, it seems like it's getting a little intense, and it compounds, so it gets crazier and crazier. I might be near the end of the damn game for all I know. I don't think so, because I I think I only have like,
Or maybe you like took
hours.
maybe you took like one wrong turn and you're like doing shit you shouldn't even be doing yet.
I've done that before,
Yeah.
and then I power through the shit, and then I look online, I'm like, I shouldn't have freaking even went there, and I got through it, and because I'm hard nosed, so I could be in the wrong area, 100%. And if I find that out, I'm gonna be disappointed in my own self, because I'm like, I know I can still get to it. Maybe I'm sequence breaking because I can actually do it. Like maybe there's an ability I get later, and it's like, no, dumbass, you just do this.
I shouldn't have been so hard on myself. I had some
So, Xander, did you get that game you were talking about
yes.
the other week?
Yeah, that's what I was going to get into is I've been doing a little bit of platforming too. Like last week's episode, I played the demo to Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom. And I saw it was on, GOG, like half off. It was like $8.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was like $8. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and snag it. And man, this game is like, it's great. It's fun, but it is so intense.
Oh,
I haven't played a game this intense since like playing like Katamari. Like it's got that intensity. Like we love Katamari. Like that just everything's just moving so freaking fast. And you're playing as this like taxi and you can't jump, so you actually have to like drift and like hit up ramps, and there's like a little thing that you can push or makes your guy bounce or whatever, but it's not like a jump. It's weird mechanics. But it's also got
is it like the perpetual motion makes it challenging because you're always moving?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like a Banjo-Kazooie style collectathon, but there's also like crazy taxi moments because there's NPCs you pick up. You have to take them to certain destinations because the problem is like your taxi is wound up. It's like a wind up toy. And so you're timed and you can run out of your power and then it's game over. So you have to do fares. So they like crank you while you're trying to find the golden glowy gears to get enough to unlock the next stage. Classic N64 style. But man, it's a good game. It's good stuff.
That's awesome. I like when they take something and do a little bit different to give it its own unique flavor.
Yeah.
But it sticks. I mean, it's going to be challenging because you're got a car. I think about like Metroid Prime 4, right in the damn Bible, trying to collect shit though. It's trying to collect all this.
It's a lot funner than that. That's for sure. It's a lot funner.
It's better than that. Like easier.
Oh yeah,
coins and shit. Okay, because I was like, damn. If it's a pain in the ass to keep doing drive-bys or something to collect a damn coin, that's bad.
The stage that I'm having trouble with, and this is where I'm hitting my kind of plateau with it, is there's a stage you unlock a bowling alley. You're in a bowling alley stage. So you have to like hit certain bowling balls to knock down pins, but also it becomes like the back alley of the bowling alley has like switches. So pretty soon you're gonna have to start like running over switches to make certain platforms, highlight for this bowling ball to reach these certain pins to get more of the golden coins or whatever. Like that's gonna be kind of that part is getting kind of crazy, but yeah.
Damn,
it's good. It's a good game though.
It's awesome.
But other than that, I played Death Smiles, which I know is not really like indie, but good old shooter. I would say like because I was actually playing it on the CRT. Because I have it physically on Switch. It was one of the games I got from PlayAsia a long time ago. But I would say if like you're the kind of person that wants to know what a bullet hell is, like you're getting into it, Death Smiles is like such a good game for that. Like it's not really that difficult. Like I was turning up the difficulty and I'm like, man, I was just zipping through everything, but very satisfying, really cool soundtrack. But yeah, Death Smiles. Highly recommend it.
Death Smiles is cool though too, because like I had it for Xbox 360.
Yeah, it came in the weird box.
And I had the plate for my Xbox 360. You could switch out the faceplate because I had a limited edition. So my Xbox had a Death Smiles faceplate on it until the Red Ring of Death hit it.
Oh man.
Like super cool. And so the developers of them are it's City Connection, which goes all the way back to the NES era, by the way, which is cool. They do R-Type, they do Russian Beat, they have a lot of really cool games in there. So like, obviously not indie, but there's a lot of really cool shoot 'em ups in their repertoire. So if you go on Steam and look up Death Smiles, you can find crazy classics. Like these guys did freaking Habraki. I think it's Habaraki, which was a platformer. You can create your own characters on the Famicom.
Oh, wow.
Like NES. They did Gimmick, Mr. Gimmick, City Connection, Jalico with Jalico. I mean, Bustin' Move and Bubble Bobble and like Jar Jar Murukun and Zombie Nation, like on the NES. Like,
Oh, yeah.
so like this company has a freaking history. So they're cool as shit.
Yeah, it was great. So, yeah, Death Smile's really, really cool. But you know what else is really, really cool? And that
What's really, really cool, Xander?
and that is talking about our new and noteworthy. These are some games that we found this week that were just like, hey, these are kind of cool. Let's talk about it. I haven't played any of these games, so this is all, just off the top of our head, like games like Made of Salvation.
And we say we just found them, but in reality, we found them in October. This one was released in October of 2025. Our backlog for the podcast of the games we're going to cover are 5 months long.
Oh, yeah.
I have hundreds and hundreds of games that are in our list that we keep finding, and it's insane. But Made of Salvation is Hunter X does the development studio. They've had some Hunter X indie games that they've released over the years. This is an action RPG. And it has some like fast-paced combat. So it looks really freaking cool. Lots of like flourishes and stuff.
Yeah, it's got that like old school like PSP era top-down ease. Like it makes you think of like Chronicles of Ease or E7 or something. I really like that.
I like that you mentioned PSP because I didn't even think about that, and that is what it reminds me of for sure. And it has like this crazy skill tree, so you can unlock all the stuff as an action RPG modern does have. It is developed by Orange Popcorn.
Oh, delicious.
You know what other games they released were the Hunter X games, so which were like in 2022 and 2023. So they're definitely like this style of game where you have like tons of overhead action RPG style, but it's not like a survivor like or anything.
Yeah,
roguelike. This is more versatile combat and moving on from section to section, which I enjoy.
And there's also a demo, so
a Xander Scramble demo.
Indeed. So I'm definitely going to add it to my wish list. I might try out the demo tomorrow because I've been kind of trying to find the game that grabs me right now, like genre wise. Because other than that, I've just been playing like shmups because I can like zone out and play those. But been really wanting to find something to sink my teeth into, and this might be the game. This looks really, really good.
So speaking of looking really good, this next one, I added it to the list because it looks insane. It's called Crowned Adventure. It's a open world adventure RPG, but like the battles of like hundreds of people versus hundreds of people.
Yeah.
With like a 2.5D style graphical thing. Like you're seeing like all the Dragon Quest HD remakes. Like this game looks like that.
Yeah. It looks incredible. The fighting just looks so intense. Makes me think of like what was it? Like, I'm trying to remember the name of like the technical RPG that was on the Genesis, but it was like a military sort of game like this, and that's what the fights kind of make me think of, with like Dynasty Warrior insanity. Crazy.
Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Insanity, where you're having hundreds and hundreds of characters fight. It just looks nuts. I'm not a big fan of tactical or strategy RPGs. I think this is more like classical real-time action, which is insane. Like this just looks way too crazy for me. And this is the only game that this developer, C3D Games, has done. It got mostly positive but mixed reviews. So it might be because the price of the game is like $20.
Yeah.
But like it still looks cool as shit, and it's definitely out of our normal.
Yeah.
This is definitely out of the norm. Lucky Calf is the publisher, and they have a bunch of games that look very refined.
Yeah, I think the thing about these sort of games that as good as it looks, like these kind of games, like the only thing I can think that they suffer from is like when it starts to get like too dry. Like maybe the game starts to get dry. And that's might be why it's got like some mixed reviews. Because I mean, other than that, like presentation, top notch, man. Looks really, really good.
Yeah. And then, as we do here with the Incredible podcast, I crossed the wires and added a game that we've already covered. So we'll give it a quick mention that we did cover Microvania. I don't really remember what we talked about it though.
I think it was a game that you were playing. I think it was
Maybe. Yeah. So I might have just been playing it because when I saw it in October, I'm like, I want to play a Metroidvania. It looks easy. And it wasn't. It was really ridiculous. The game is really cool though, and it does have a demo, and it's $10. So definitely check it out and move on to the next game.
Yeah, because the next game is going to keep you racing to the tracks. This one,
waiting to see where you're going, man.
I got left in the dust, just like Rev Up RC Grand Prix, which is a really cool like RC old style kind of like 16-bit. Kind of like 32-bit, maybe a Game Boy Advance racer. That's what it kind of makes you think of. Like, it looks cool.
I think it reminds me of like a Nintendo 64 racing game.
Yeah. I can see that.
Or a more refined version of Stunt Race FX. And the thing is that this game was released 3 years ago, which was March of 2023. So it's a 3-year-old game. But it looks cool as shit. Like there's like ways you can it looks like you can, I don't know, create your own courses.
Yeah. It looks like you can create your own courses. Of course, you can customize your RC car. And what I like
like tanks.
Yeah. What I like is it has that like realistic, because I never knew, but a couple of years ago I found out about the whole RC hobby, like that whole rabbit hole with that. But they had like a track in the game that looked like someone's like backyard, like their own like dirt track. And I'm like, man, that's really, really cool. So sadly, there's no demo though.
It does say that there's 120 varieties of RC vehicles. 120, Xander.
It's a lot.
Like, this is a $12 game. Not a lot of reviews though. This game didn't get any traction because it had like 7 reviews. So like, it looks like this went under the radar. And it says that controllers are required for multiplayer play. Of course it is. You have to have controllers. You can only do up to 4 controllers, it says. Like, it's very specific in its notes on what you can and cannot do. The developer is not listed here. It's like the publisher Sat-Box. And they have like a ton of games. So they all look very like anime art or samey art, like very like they had the same designer do all their including RC Grand Prix. So it might have been like this game got lost in the sauce because it's too samey from a art perspective.
And it does look kind of mobile-ish. It has that mobile like kind of feel to it with the art. I
didn't even notice it until I just saw the little video pop up. The characters are like voxel too, like Minecraft. But the like actual controls look cool as shit. And there's apparently a Switch version, by the way. But like the racing looks cool. Like looking at it, it does remind me of a little bit of Excite Bike on the 64.
Yeah, it really does, especially the dirt track.
Yeah, the dirt track does. So I mean, I don't know. It's almost like I want to play the damn. There's no demo, but I'm gonna play it to see if it's like as cool as it looks.
Well, I have to wish list it. I mean, we're right around the corner for the spring sale for Steam. So
yeah,
it might go down one day.
I hope so, man. This next one though, it looks insane. It looks like something we would play as a homebrew game.
Yeah, it did. It's Grooveyard. Yeah, Graveyard.
Now, what I don't understand is you have to like groove to the beat for better ratings. So do you have to like solve puzzles and then hit button combos while you're trying to platform?
Yeah, it seems like it's kind of like a rhythm game too.
Feels like it's
Yeah.
I'm like seeing that you can like platform around and do different things, but then there's like little icons that go across the bottom.
Yeah.
Assuming like my brain doesn't work like that. So that would be interesting to see because like I bet you can still beat the levels, but hopefully like it's not so complex because these games tend to ramp up in difficulty really fast.
Yeah.
I hope it's not so complex that I can't keep up with it because it looks cool because you can even like wall jump and do all the things as because it's a puzzle platforming game.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, it's only $5. There is a demo, so you can try the demo out, see if it grabs you.
Yeah, I think this one's worth checking out a demo because it looks very interesting.
Right, and the next one, we're going to This Is No Cave. What a title.
This is no cave. It's a one-click parkour game in space.
Oh. Yeah, this is like it's like the Endless Runner looking game, right? Yeah, I'm looking at it.
And it looks crazy. Like your character's like tiny.
Really, really small. And there's like just so much going on. Like the background's real bland, but the effects and everything just seems to be crazy.
Yeah, no, like you look into it and like the backgrounds have like a lot of detail, but you're so zoomed out that it's like it's wild. Um, you zoom through intricate levels using your suit's thrusters and grapple hook while evading colossal alien worms and racing against the clock. So there's a little bit of racing pieces. It does seem like there's some crazy ass like pieces, and it seems like you might have to like click
Yeah.
the platform. That's what it seems like. But I don't know. It's very minimalist style. There's leaderboards, there's accessibility. So apparently you can adjust the parameters and give yourself infinite lives and stuff. So that's good because us being old people, we need that.
Her coordination's not that good. At least mine.
Show So there is a demo, by the way. Because this game was released in October of last year, but there was a demo that was released a year prior. So I'm not sure like how old that demo is. They had released a game in 2021 called Kraken Smash Ball, which just looks like a Pong volleyball clone.
Huh.
So it's kind of neat.
Also, this next game is kind of neat too.
Is it?
Yeah, this game right here called Pimpkin.
Pimpkin or Pipkin?
Pipkin.
Like Pimpin.
Pimpin' Pumpkin. All those plosives. Woo.
Plosive Pippin Pumpkin.
But yeah, this is like what? It looks like almost very Undertale-ish.
Or like a modernized Earthbound RPG.
Yeah. Like it has that flavor to it. And I mean, this game was released in October, and it definitely has that like fall kind of Halloween feel. So looks fun.
Yeah. So what I don't know just from seeing screenshots, because it all seems a little different, is that you have like little cards at the bottom. So you see characters like you do in like Earthbound that you're fighting. And there's like little cards. So I'm not sure if it's like even maybe it's Pokemon. Is you catch the Pipkins and they fight alongside you. So then you have characters that assist you, and all these little cards are your little characters that fight in the RPG battle.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that is how it works. It looks really cool because it's very non-descriptive. Like the features have a couple of bullets for their game.
They probably did that on purpose because this is very Pokemon-like.
Yeah, and it says there's 150 moves for the in-depth battle system. So, like, that seems like it's crazy. You can create your own character, too.
And they also said this is a bloat-free RPG experience. It's designed to minimize filler content that is commonplace in RPGs, like wild encounters and grinding, for example. They're largely optional and they're unnecessary to beat the game.
Oh,
that's
kind
kind
of be
cool.
faster battle speeds too. So looks like they're trying to create it very modernized. This is the only game that Greg Dude made. Greg Dude. So far, this is his first game. Mostly positive reviews. There's quite a few reviews, so you got some support here, which is good to see.
It says the average playthrough is about 6 to 10 hours. I mean, this is starting to feel kind of cozy. I'm kind of digging this.
A little bit, yeah. It doesn't seem like there's a Xander Scramble demo, but it has Game Boy, NES, well, more like 3D Nintendo DS, no graphics. It looks cool, man. I like it.
Now we're getting into the budget section, and I like the first game we're going to talk about because I've talked about this game, but we can talk about it again.
Oh, man, I know you definitely talked about this game because I think it was one of your games of the year.
It was. This is Super Catboy, and I can never not want to talk about Super Catboy. It's just a SNES Super Nintendo style platformer. Really, really fun. Good like mechanics. You got your little like shooting. You can do combos. There's snowboarding stage. There's a lot of like Donkey Kong Country kind of platforming too. So it's on sale, and I think that's what I paid for it when I got it, because I got it when it was like super cheap. It's $1.99 right now.
On sale for under $2. And so the key is those that follow the podcast and watch the game of the years and wish listed the games got this for the deal. Because by the time this episode's live, it'll be back to its $10. Because the sale does end soon at the time of this recording, which we don't release within seconds of recording. So,
yeah.
So it's been up for sale for a little bit. So make sure y'all are wish listing the games we talk about, because Super Catboy is freaking cool, man.
Oh yeah, and I love my shooters. I like Tiger Heli. I like games like that. And this game right here, Airborne Justice, definitely has that flavor to it. That 1943 style top down shooter.
Yeah.
I was like, all right,
really cool. It was on sale for 89 cents. It did end, unfortunately. It's now back to its $3. So it's still only $3. It looks really freaking cool though.
And just to let you know, be sure to follow the these folks Seat Production, because when you click on their collection, it is definitely some games to check out. Like there's some good
all
stuff in there.
Retro style arcadey games, and they have different genres, and really, really cool. Seep is the company, and yeah, I think Seep is more of a. We had covered them before because we had talked about Katana Soul and a few other games that they had released. It was a rabbit hole that we went down, and I know on Switch I see Swords and Bones because there's like 5 of those games. I've saw those popping up for years too.
Yeah.
So Airborne Justice is just another really cool one. Gets mixed reviews, probably because it's hard. I mean, it's an arcadey game. So, but it looks very like bright and clean, which is that 1943 that you were talking about, because it's like bright and clean as an overhead shooter.
Yeah. It's
vertically scrolling.
It's almost like when you play like an arcade game when they have like the newer monitors, like the the high definition monitors. It kind of has that kind of sleekness to it. But yeah, I'm definitely still going to get it. I mean, $3, it's not bad. This next game, Adventure Bit, this looks fun. This looks like
and now we're like even going further background, because this looks like it's an old school Atari era, like Atari 2600 era, but like the arcade games in the Atari 2600 era. So it's like refined. Apparently there's like 2 players in it. You jump, run, steal, fight, catch, solve puzzles. Like it looks crazy. There's a lot of like little precision platforming to it with Adventure Bit. Also done by Seep, by the way. And it's inspired by the MSX. So did you ever play the MSX before with emulation or anything?
Yeah, with emulation.
Yeah. I actually have an MSX2 PC because it does cartridges. So like MSX is cartridges. So like I would get some of the weird games that are really cool, and that this is the style, because I feel like the MSX1 was in between Atari and Nintendo. Like that's where it fit, like almost like Master System.
Yeah.
And then like the MSX2 games, which includes like Metal Gear, was like between NES and Super Nintendo. Like it's like a little more refined for the MSX2. This is like an MSX1 game. And what's cool about it was I got it for 37 cents when it was on sale. It's normally a $2 game, so it's already in the budget, like already. But like we don't usually cover them until like they're insane. 37 cents is what it was.
That's crazy.
Like that is insane, man.
Yeah,
It looks really cool.
Yeah, I have found myself playing these games a little bit more lately, because these are really fun games that you can just pick up and play a little bit, play a couple levels, put back down. There's no like time commitment, like there's no like in-depth story, there's no mechanics that's going to make me forget if I stop playing it for like, a week or something. So yeah, I'm definitely going to check it out.
Oh heck yeah. It's awesome.
Now,
and one more Seep game for us.
ooh, seeping down to Thunder Flash,
which it to me looks like Smash TV Total Carnage style. It's a run and gun. They say it's inspired by like Heavy Barrel, Akari Warriors, and Commando. And I see all the inspirations. It's so freaking cool. It's like because you're constantly moving up and you're like shooting and blowing up stuff and attacking. Yeah, and there's like side scrolling too. So I think like Akari is a really good inspiration for the for this game, and Akari Warriors is a classic if you ever played those on the NES.
Oh yeah, and for listeners that play like indie games, a game that you might enjoy, that you would probably enjoy this is Xenocrisis. Xenocrisis kind of had that flavor to it, but this is definitely more Ikari Warriors than Smash TV was with Xenocrisis. For sure.
Yeah, it was like the comparison is like Smash and Xeno are like screen by screen, whereas like Akari Warriors and Commando and Heavy Barrel are like moving. And so like Total Carnage, the sequel to Smash TV's spiritual successor, has a lot of scrolling and stuff in there too.
Yeah.
They're all great though. I love them all. And even on the NES, using 2 controllers to play Smash TV, 2 NES controllers. That's the way to play it, by the way. If you never played Smash TV with 2 NES controllers,
I have it. You
can literally use one for D-pad and one for the shooting. You don't have to like use the button and do weird.
Oh, nice.
For shoot. It's awesome with 2 controllers. That's the way to do the NES version. But yeah, so yeah, it's a cool thing. And there was a homebrew that did like that style double controllers too. It's called Spookatron for like Tron.
Oh,
yeah,
I have to check that out. This is definitely a game that I'm gonna get, and it's like $4.99. It's not bad. It was a lot cheaper though.
Jeez. I got it for 49 cents.
Damn it. Now, going into the aftermarket and homebrew highlights, new games for old hardware and tech. The first one I was just like, I think you were asking me a question about this game, or this is like, yeah,
have you heard of Excavator 2025, Xander? And the answer is probably no then.
Nope.
And so this is a weird thing. I follow the homebrew scene. We cover homebrew on the podcast. This game was released on NES cartridge, and it was programmed back in the day. It is released in conjunction with the Video Game History Foundation through IM8-bit, visibly. It's an old school game for the Nintendo that's been found. And it was designed by legendary programmer Chris Oberth. And it was all new, never before played game designed by him. So I'm not sure if he released this newer or back in the day. Seems like it's almost like newer, and then they provided the code to the Video Game History Foundation. Or like these programmers, because it says designed by Max58, Lustin Culp, and Kate Will-Earth. So it sounds like Chris was the programmer who designed it, and then they remade it. Here's an interesting piece, though. The soundtrack is done by Nocturnal Planet and Inverse Phase. Inverse Phase was next to me at a convention.
Oh, wow.
And he does live band music, playing it like he was playing on an Atari 2600 using the system.
Wow.
Like live. The dude is like a genius. So these cartridges were $100 a piece for CIBs. And by the time I found out about it, when I added it to our list for this week, it was already sold out. I didn't know about it.
Wow.
And so 100% of the proceeds, profits go to the Video Game History Foundation for this game. I'm hoping that they do more copies because this would be a super freaking limited thing. It looks cool as shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It was crazy because I was sitting there watching. I'm like, man, this is an NES game because it was just something I totally would have played back in the day. So that's awesome.
I mean, and it looks like one of those early edition NES games. It's like a little like shooter where you kind of maneuver around and stuff, kind of like Solar Jet, man.
Yeah.
It looks cool as hell, and like I will have to find a copy now, damn it, because I didn't know about it. And how did I not know about it when we followed the homebrew community? Like, that's crazy to me. When I saw it, I'm like, really?
Yeah, it's freaking nuts. Now, we got a recommendation from our Facebook page, and I've been trying to find B-roll for this. This is in the show notes that was said Agency GBC, like Game Boy Color. What is this?
Yeah. So Agency is a Game Boy Color game. There is B-roll. It's on their itch.io page. So it's like precursor.itch.io/agency. It's by Kent Trucker. And it's like a little cutesy adventure RPG.
Thanks.
It looks pretty cool. There's collectibles, trophies. Has a lot of Zelda style aesthetics to me. It's very Game Boy-y for like the music and stuff. Like it's very like 1-bitty. But it looks cool.
Yeah, I like the character animations. They have like a lot of it's get a lot of personality to it.
Yeah. And it is free.
Yeah,
It's from the itch.io, so you can download the ROM of Agency for free. I'm hoping that they do a physical copy.
it would be cool.
Because it would be cool, because then we can pop it in to the Analog Pocket, play it on screens, do all the things. They have an Analog Pocket ROM on here, so like it only makes sense to put it on a cartridge. But cartridges cost money, so if Kent Trucker listens to us, hit us up.
Yeah.
We can, like, I will make any of these homebrews physical. If somebody wants to do a physical copy, like it's cool enough, we'll definitely cover it.
Oh yeah. Speaking of coolness, we have to give a big shout out to the coolest people, and that's the folks that support us and check us out every week, and check out Jeff's Patreon, which is free to join. And, at the end of every episode, we give a big shout and a huge thank you to our exclusive executive. I haven't said I haven't said exclusive producers in a while, but no, executive producers. There's 10 spots total. We got 8 covered, so there's 2 more. Jeff, do you want to tell what the executive producers get with this tier world on the Patreon?
Yeah, so the Patreon's free to join, just to follow along with all the madness that we do for all of the things. And then there are a few different paid tiers, ones that contribute things, a contributor tier. So you can contribute to like the books that I'm writing and give yourself a review in there or whatever. Or like if I do a supplemental add-on, like I'm going to do with the Switch book. And then the executive producers get an exclusive, see what I did there, item at the end of the year that I will only do for Patreon. So last year was a Metroidvania book sleeve, wooden book sleeve that I handmade together, created the CAD myself, and they got that item. And so, that's only made for them. I make them by hand. So like if I know one of them, I think got damaged in the mail, and I'll make another one. Like,
yeah,
big deal. but I'm only making them for the Patreons. Like, they're not going to be for sale later on the site or anything. And so every year, we will do a poll and see what the majority wants. And I know a couple people are like, man, y'all don't want to do the Sega CD. They want a couple patrons want a Sega CD one. Like, man, I wanted the Sega CD one, but the majority wanted Metroidvania. So I made a cool ass Metroidvania one. But I mean, who's to say we're not going to have some incredible games that we're doing and all the other things too, because as we're going crazier down the rabbit hole, there will probably be some Patreon exclusive items that go along with that we'll just do.
Yeah, and that's why it's always good to just join. I mean, like you said, it's free to join the Patreon, and it's just the one-stop shop to see what Jeff's up to, because I'm just holding on sometimes because Jeff's just running all sorts of different directions, and I'm like, oh man, what's going on? So the Patreon, it's good for that.
And we give them a shout out at the end of any content we create.
Indeed. Like Akaroth.
And David Isherwood.
And the Disgruntled Gamer from Thunderdome Gaming Society.
And of course, Jesse Glenn.
And Jacob Hendrickson.
Not bad this time, Xander.
Bravo.
Brian Pittman.
Kai Kenderson.
And Alex from Japan. He only wanted Alex, but he's out in Japan. So cool stuff. I want to thank everybody for the support. We said that there's only 10 slots, and that's really because when I hand make stuff, 10's about what's achievable in a reasonable amount of time. For example, I did a one-off big-ass canvas that I was working out for Lunar for the Sega CD. It took me like 6 months to paint, Xander. And it's shipped out now. I finished it last weekend. And so it's shipped out. Backer was really cool about it because they're like, hey man, you're making this one. And I don't make those canvases more than once.
Yeah.
I'm doing crazy shit. I might do something really crazy for the Patrons this year too. We'll see, because I got some ideas, some crazy shit.
Oh, yeah. As always, guys, I want to thank you for checking out another episode of the Indie Credible Podcast. As always, happy gaming and support indie.
Yes, Rowdy.